Education, they say, is the key to success, and it more often than not prepares one to face the future. But what if the provision of this essential education is in the middle of an area prone to crime or lacks proper sanitation?
For many parents, there is nothing to spare when it comes to securing a good education for their children. Paying hundreds of thousands of shillings in school fees each year is seen not as a cost, but an investment. But what if what you have left is the last cent? Brilliant Academy is school to 250 children in Mathare Slums here in Nairobi. But very little is brilliant about it, certainly not the learning conditions. Amazingly, what separates the classrooms here are thin blackboards which are barely windproof, let alone soundproof. From a corner in one classroom, one can easily see a teacher in the 4th class. If a teacher in one class cracks a dry joke, the others in the other classrooms are likely to make faces.
The school is catering for OVC, orphan and vulnerable children, in which the fees that is being paid is of low standard that can enable the parent or the guardian to try or to endeavor his or her level best to cater for the management and the caring within that particular school.
There's not so much in the form of security or sanitation here.
We tried to fence the school so that even those who are alcohol brewers cannot get inside, so that they can affect the learning program of the school.
This is the closest to a toilet for the students at Brilliant Academy.
There is dearth of proper stationaries within the school and also lack of proper sanitation.
In my quest, I had planned on visiting 4 schools to see their conditions. This was just but a sneak preview of what I was to experience. Class is in session at Excellent Care Center a few meters away, and it is indeed an excellent example of what is wrong with education in the slums. This is a baby class, pre-unit and nursery classes all in one room, where some are learning the ABCs, others the 1, 2, 3s, while others are learning the hard lessons of life a bit too early. They will soon hope to graduate to class 1, but even then, things won't be any different. The teachers are hard at work here. This is class 1, 2 and 3 all under one structure.
Yeah. Who's ready? How many days? Where's the boy?
It is up to these young ones between the ages of 4 and 10 to pay attention to either the Swahili, English or math lessons being taught at a go. It is a Tower of Babel that even the teachers can't get used to.
In fact, it is really hard, but due to the condition and whatever we have to persevere.
The tiny holes in the roof are a nuisance when it rains, but on a bright day they are the only source of light, and a cloudy day means everyone is left in the dark. The rains too come with their perils.
The other parts are raining, so we have to start on the one side. So it's really hard.
But the students make do with what they have, and teachers, sometimes unable to leave their babies home alone, just bring them along to ensure that the learning process continues.
So lack of space is causing us maybe go by the circumstances that we will really put them together. But it's recommended that we should be partitioning these things.
And when the pressures are too high for the 500 or so students here, they know only too well what to do: relieve themselves wherever there is space. While this would warrant a beating in normal schools, at Excellent Care Center, what is one to do in the absence of toilets?
We have some few toilets, and more so we were trying to talk to the area residents. We were telling them to understand what the school is, so that they don't just come and then throw things anyhow.
But these children are defying the odds. Last year, the top KCPE candidate here scored 350 out of a possible 500 marks. And about 30 minutes walk from here is Jeffrey's Primary School. This is another fountain of knowledge for some 350 children from the surrounding area. We found a number of them doing some physical exercise, making use of the extra space they have here. But the rest of the story is the same. In some classes, there are no desks, so the students have to make do with the palm of their hands while a breeze blows through the rusted iron sheet walls that makes you wonder how they survive in the cold weather. The classrooms here are virtually empty, but it is because the students who would have otherwise been here weren't able to come up with the monthly 250 shilling fee.
Most of the pupils who are here, actually, they go minus food for some time. Some of them sleeping in an empty stomach becomes the order of the day.
The conditions here aren't the best, and though the school can't guarantee security against health hazards waiting to happen from the flowing effluent, they can only give them a glimmer of hope to securing a future through education.
We do counsel them and tell them that despite the fact that they are within the slum areas, they can do better and excel until they be in a better place that they are dreaming of.
Before leaving Mathare, I visit one more school, the Valley View Academy, positioned at a high point where the slum can be seen in perspective, and here things are looking up, but only just. Here the students have a toilet, there are lights in the classrooms, and they are guaranteed lunch at a minimal fee, but that is not to say the challenge is any less. There are 23 teachers to the 847 students here.
Their parents don't advise them, don't give them the importance of education. Children come to school not knowing why they come, but sometimes because some parents are pushing them to go to school. So we first start with counseling.
So far, Valley View Academy has been able to produce top-performing students in KCPE, having sent 4 boys to the prestigious Starehe Boys Center and 2 girls to Pangani Girls Secondary School.
Some of these families stay in one room of 10 by 10. They sell alcohol. That is where people drink, and that is where the child is. The child will do homework while people are singing in the house until 10 p.m.
Believe it or not, these students see a window of opportunity and want nothing short of good education.
Classes separated by blackboards, schools surrounded by raw sewage. You've seen it all. This is the daily life of a child in Mathare competing for an equal opportunity as every other child in Kenya. Kibera is no different.